If you want to start collecting independent watches, Habring is a great brand to get you started. And in this video, I'll tell you why. When I started learning about independent watch brands about 13 years ago, the first ones that came to my attention were MB&F, Uhrwerk, Vianney Halter, and other out-of-this-world looking pieces like that. So I associated independent watches with crazy case designs, complex movements, and wild animations. This aesthetic does not speak to everyone, and there's this whole other spectrum of independent watchmaking which is actually more traditional. In the high-end realm, we have brands like Recep, F.P. Journe, Roger Smith, Philippe Dufour, and others. So still independent, but focused on traditional watchmaking with an elegant look. All the mentioned brands fetch high price points, but there's also a world of independent watchmaking which is more attainable and classic looking. They almost blend in with normal brands like IWC, Breitling, Rolex, and Omega, and Habring is one of those brands. Habring creates classic looking watches with a twist. If you're looking for a watch from an independent watchmaker which doesn't scare people off, looks like an everyday watch, and has that special something about it, it's the brand for you. Richard and Maria Habring are the founders of Habring Squared, a loving couple who created this Austrian watchmaking brand known for their high-quality mechanical timepieces with a focus on precision and innovation. Richard Habring, a trained watchmaker, began his career with a deep fascination for horology, which led him to work for several prestigious Swiss watch brands, including A. Lange & Söhne, Jaeger-LeCoultre, and IWC. His time at these esteemed companies allowed him to refine his skills and contribute to the development of several groundbreaking complications. One of Richard's early standout achievements was in 2004 when Richard developed an innovative split-second chronograph or rattrapant for IWC, which established his name in the world of high horology. In 2012, Habring launched the Doppel 2.0 watch, an affordable split-second chronograph built on the Vajou 7750 movement. The watch subsequently won the sports watch prize at the GPHG Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève in 2012. I made this image so you can see the different styles and complications which you can find at Habring. Like I mentioned at the beginning, they are all more or less feature the same classic look with a mechanical twist to it. And all that for an attainable price. Their perpetual calendar chronograph, for example, costs only 23,500 euros, including 20% VAT, which isn't a lot considering the technical ingenuity and hand beveling on its movement components. Today we'll take a close look at this chrono-felix top second. If you want to wear a fun everyday looking watch, which will blend in nicely, but you'll get a nod of approval from your watch collector friends, this watch is for you. On the surface it looks like a simple watch. The first model which came to my mind when I saw this Habring watch was the Hamilton Khaki on a green NATO strap, a hand-wound watch which you can get for around $600 US. I like the simplicity of this model in particular. As my watch collection grows in numbers and in value, I love the stealthy look of this model. I would have no regrets or fear wearing this watch while traveling. It would fly under the radar like a nighthawk. It looks simple, but don't be deceived by the looks. The chrono-felix top seconds features lots of details to enjoy and discover. Let's start with the dial. The dial is black and features a surface which reminds me of vintage camera cases. The dial is inspired by 1930s military watches with a grained matte finish. Around the periphery of the dial there's a white railway mini-track, complemented with this faux vintage Superluminova patina for the 5-minute increments. The cathedral hands feature the same faux vintage Superluminova as well and are otherwise polished. The tips of the minute hand and the chronograph seconds hand are slightly curved at the end to improve reading precision. At 3 o'clock you can find a 30-minute counter for the chronograph function. As you can see on the side of the case, the watch features a well-made crown, and at 2 o'clock there's a pusher. This single pusher is used to start, stop and reset the chronograph function of this model. So it's essentially a mono-pusher chronograph. It's very smooth and the sweeping of the central chronograph seconds hand is very pleasing. What was cool to observe is when the chronograph minute jumps. You can see the hand jump on the dial, but also if you look at the Caseback you can observe when the wheels engage. So if you wait 1 minute, you can enjoy those jumps and just spend some more time checking out this cool movement. When you press in the chronograph pusher, you can also see how the wheels engage and disengage. In theory, looking at this movement, you can figure out how a chronograph works, and it's really fun to take a glimpse at. The second fun part of the dial is located at 9 o'clock. The number 9 is the same as the others, but there's a twist to it. The hole in the 9 is actually hollow, and there's a flashing red color which comes and goes. This refers to the top seconds part of the name of this watch. The Swiss-based Mondia watch company developed the top second complication in the 1960s. The company was later bought up by Zenith, and with that, this complication or indication slowly disappeared. So if you look closer at the number 9, you will spot that the red color appears and disappears. On this picture of the dial side of the movement, you can see the magic behind it. A small spinning propeller with 2 blades can be found here. The entire propeller rotates every 5 seconds, but due to the 2 blades, the second signal flashes every 2.5 seconds on the dial at 9 o'clock. So when you look at the dial, you can immediately see if the watch is wound or not. A very fun feature which I love looking at when I was testing the watch for this video. The caseback is also fun to look at and full of surprises. I'm glad that it's open, and this shows that they know their audience really well. The watch features a manual winding movement caliber A11C-H1. It beats at 4 Hz, has a 48-hour power reserve, tangential screw fine adjustment, and a anti-magnetic escapement with a Carl Haas hairspring in obviously chronometer quality. It is very well finished by hand with polished bevels, decorative engravings, perlage on some parts, and obviously much more. There's even blued components on there, which add a nice visual contrast. Habring is all about simplicity and easy servicing, so the Caliber features 76 service-relevant single components out of a total of 180 parts. On the wrist, the watch is obviously very comfortable, measuring only 38.5mm in diameter and only 11mm in height. Think about it, it's a monopusher chronograph. The NATO strap improves the wearability even further, and like I said in the beginning, it blends in. If you wanna purchase one, the retail price is 7,850 Swiss francs, including VAT, and with owning one, you will quickly become a member of a great community of like-minded people who are hardcore fans of the brand. That's the beauty of collecting watches. With the purchase of a watch, you also find a new tribe which you belong to. Let me know what you think about this model and Habring in general. I'm curious to see your opinions about this brand. Also, share with me which watches you want me to review on the channel this year, especially for the novelties that just came out. I will do my best to source and film them for you. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you next time.